We have music? Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. My pleasure and my honor to promote these 10 individuals today for the sake of our organization, for the benefit of the community, and in the name of passion, pride, and purpose, the Peoria Police Department. So, let me first start off by acknowledging a couple of folks. First, I'd like to say thank you to Councilmember John Edwards for being present today. Deputy Chief Travis Cutright. We appreciate your support. I know there's a number of people here, so I apologize if I don't recognize you individually, but it's kind of hard to see with these lights in my eyes. Okay, we're going to start with Aurelia Storino. Aurelia, can you please step forward? Okay, so Aurelia, she is joined by her husband, Seth, father, Ben Hagenbarth, stepmom, Alsue Hagenbarth, sister, Yasmin Hagenbarth, and brother, Judah Hagenbarth. Where are you? Oh, they're not here yet? Okay. Aurelia has a bachelor's degree in forensic psychology from Arizona State University. I just learned that today. So we might be promoting you again down the road. Aurelia was previously a registered behavioral technician at a behavioral therapy center for children. She applied behavioral analysis therapy services to children on the autism spectrum. This involved running one-on-one therapy programs with children and documenting their progress throughout the program. I have a daughter that does exactly that. Very noble work. Thank you. She did several internships at the psychology and law lab at ASU West. Some of her intern experiences, she would have to listen to recordings of 911 calls and coded information into databases for research purposes. This is probably what started her calling for police records. Aurelia started at Peoria PD in June of 2024 as a police support assistant in records. She was responsible for intaking and fulfilling public records requests for the department. We have a few of those, I'm told. This includes redacting and processing police reports, photos, audio, and body-worn camera footage. In September of 25, she was promoted to the lead PSA over public records. She is responsible for training all employees on the public records request team. She has created training materials for the new records request system, Governor QA. Well, on behalf of the Peoria Police Department, I'd like to say congratulations on your promotion. Hey, Donna, come on up. Donna Rand, Police Services Supervisor. Your husband, Josh, is Josh here? Josh. And children, William? Yeah. Hi, William. Okay, so something I learned about Donna, she likes school. Donna has multiple associate's degrees Associates of Arts, Associates of General Education, and Associates in Science from Estrella Mountain Community College and the University of Arizona. Before starting at Peoria PD, she worked at Texas Roadhouse. Oh, now I'm hungry. From 2007 to 2024. Server, bartender, line cook, key manager, administrator, training coordinator, and trainer. Donna started at the Peoria Police Department in 2015 as a dispatcher for a short time until she then transferred to become a police support assistant. She had various clerical duties and served as the working out of class supervisor for records when the supervisor was absent. In 2021, Donna became a lead PSA when they split the records unit into two branches, the merging side and the public records component. Donna was the lead records trainer, and she developed a detailed training manual of almost 400 pages to assist in training new employees. She assisted with our department's certification process to comply with the FBI program pertaining to NIBRs. In 2024, Donna became the lead PSA over public records, which handles a ton of media inquiries, body-worn camera, and redaction requests. She attended body-worn camera reduction training, 911 audio trainings, and she was instrumental in helping build the online public records portal. She also developed policies for sealing adult records and adult expungements. She currently is the Police Services Supervisor of the Case Management Unit within the Criminal Investigations Division, where she oversees a team of 6 professional staff members. She is the liaison between the department and the courts and assists with discovery requests, 911 audio requests, and others. She's still actively involved as the secretary with the Arizona Law Enforcement Records Management Association. She was previously the vice president from 2023 to 2025. Donna, are we going to have you take part in the next Texas Roadhouse Tipper Cop event?
I'll be there.
I was asked to ask her. Donna Rand, people. Okay. Come on up, Mike. Mike Griffin. So a lot of people don't know, but Mike was the first Peoria police officer that I had the opportunity to meet. And he fielded a series of questions from me over a period of, 3 hours? He had all the answers, obviously. But one of the questions I posed to him during that conversation was, hey, what are your goals? What are your ambitions within the Peoria Police Department? Do you see yourself promoting down the road? Absolutely not. I like what I'm doing, and I'm comfortable where I'm at. My wife's going to retire soon. No, he really didn't say that. But he was, it was obvious to me at that moment that he was a man of great integrity, character. And I knew that if I had the opportunity and if God blessed me with this position, that I was going to pester him until he was willing to take the test. And so we did. We got him there. So congratulations, Mike. So here to support Mike is his wife, Beth. Beth. You wave for everybody? There you go. Daughters, Emma, Allie, and Ryan. Mother, Elizabeth Goldberg. Mother and father-in-laws, Mike and Josephine Irick. And Mike, you have a bachelor's in criminal justice from Trine University. Did not know that. Mike Griffin, from 1998 to 2002, served in the Department of Corrections with the Arizona Department of Corrections as a corrections officer. In 2002 to 2005, he became a police officer with the Department of Corrections. and he was assigned to dignitary protection, threats, and fugitive apprehensions. 2005 to 2008, he lateraled over to Peoria PD as a patrol officer. And then in 2008 until 2014, he was a detective with the Street Crimes Unit. 2014, he made the giant leap to the Threat Mitigation Unit as a detective, and he's been in that position up until his promotion. During that time, in 2017 to 2025, he also served as a task force officer with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. Mike is and has been extremely involved within our department during his career here. He's been on the Honor Guard for 17 years. He's been a member of the mentorship program for 15 years, and he has been on the recruitment team for 12 years. He's assisted union leadership on several key topics, negotiations, etc. And as if these auxiliary duties are not enough, Mike is a point of contact throughout the department should a threat assessment be needed anywhere in the city. Working as a detective since 2008, he was with the Street Crimes Unit for several years and had a collateral assignment to the U.S. Postal Inspections Task Force. He's been assigned as the ACTICS Threat Liaison Officer for the Peoria Police Department, and most recently has been assigned to the Threat Assessment and Mitigation Squad there. Mike is a regional committee member of the Urban Area Security Initiative, what we also call UASI, for the allocation of Homeland Security grant funds, a board member of the Association of Threat Assessment Professionals, and a board member for the Public Safety Pension System. Well done, Mike. Well done. I'd like to welcome Beth up to pin the badge for Mike with her one good arm. Hey, Mike Finney, please step up. Okay. Detective to Sergeant Mike Finney. Well done, Mike. He's accompanied today by his children, Angela and Gavin, his mother, Lori, his Uncle Patrick, and his Aunt Gayleen. Mike has an associate's degree from Rio Salado University, and he's working diligently on his bachelor's degree at Ottawa University, which he plans on completing in 2026. Mike's been a patrol officer, an MROPE detective, and a financial crimes detective here at Peoria. Mike, when did you start with Peoria? 2007. There's a lot of stuff that isn't in here about you, Mike, that I think people would find very fascinating. But in the interest of time, I won't start asking him Q&As here. Mike's had multiple collateral duties during his time here at Peoria. He's a general instructor, a mobile field force, field training officer, peer support member, mentor, less lethal instructor, crisis negotiator, department armorer, and he's been a Peoria Police Officers Association Union Executive Board member and representative. As a financial crimes detective, Mike's made a difference in a number of ways. Most recently, he's been instrumental in assisting several fraud victims get their money back regarding cryptocurrency cases. A few years ago, 2020 to 21, the popularity of cryptocurrencies and their purchase began to gain traction and attention here in Arizona, specifically Peoria. Several Peoria citizens started to rack up several hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal losses. However, due to the deliberate anonymity of cryptocurrency, it was impossible to track or recover. Mike and his partner, Rob Miller, performed an extensive research project and proposed a new bill regarding cryptocurrency ATMs. The initial bill passed through both houses and was signed by the governor just last year. All told, it was completed very quickly. Mike and Rob were instrumental in spearheading the creation of this bill, HB 2387. So for many of you that may not know about the dangers of these cryptocurrency ATMs, which exist throughout our city and really throughout the valley, I think over 600 in the valley, they really become the instrument in which bad people victimize the vulnerable through fraudulent means and have them, in many cases, deposit large sums of their retirement funds, life savings, etc., into these ATMs, and then the money disappears, really with no limit at that time. When Mike and Rob presented their concerns to me last year, I called a friend of mine who's an attorney with the Arizona Association of Chiefs of Police and said, hey, I need your help. We need to do something about this. And we brought in the AARP, the Arizona Attorney General's office, and Mike and Rob really drove it from that point forward in helping craft legislation, which when we went through the House at the state capitol, three different hearings, each step it passed unanimously. And then throughout that whole process, I think it took us 8 months to get that bill passed and put into law, which is an incredible turnaround. According to John Thomas, the attorney, it's unheard of for a bill to be passed that quickly. And not only that, what we asked of the legislatures to put in that bill, there was more in that bill when it finally was approved and signed by the governor than what we initially asked. So great success, and your impact has made tremendous difference in our community. Thank you. I'd like to welcome his Uncle Patrick up. If you could please come to the left. Oh, okay, Lori, Mother Lori. Good, you're okay.
Take your time, Mom.
Come on up, Shane. Shane Lump, his wife Ashley, his children Savvy, Sloan, and Sawyer. Hi. Father Scott, stepmother Rochelle, Shelby Lynn, sister, and his mentor, Sergeant Kevin Reynolds. Sergeant Reynolds, nice to see you. Sergeant Lump studied life sciences, exercise, and wellness at Scottsdale Community College back in the day, we're going to say. In 2013, Shane joined the Arizona Department of Transportation and Enforcement and Compliance Division as an officer. In 2015 to 2023, he worked for the Chandler Police Department, where he was a patrol officer, a lead FTO, and an RTO, recruit training officer. I'm sure many of you don't know, but Shane and I worked together in our previous lives. He was an RTO assigned to the East Valley Academy in Mesa when I was a commander out there. I'm going a little off script here. Shane was that quiet professional that demonstrated integrity, leadership, honor in such a way that he commanded respect from everybody in a quiet but certainly a commanding manner. And I was always impressed by him because I would pay very close attention to our staff. I wanted to make sure we were the very best and that they did a great job at all times. And I can assure you, Shane, that I don't say anything without meaning it. You were certainly one of the best, by far. 2023, Shane joined the Peoria Police Department 2 weeks before me, I think. So it was a pleasure for me to see you here when I joined. During his time in law enforcement, some of his auxiliary duties have included FTO, use of force instructor, and SWAT. Shane served as a recruit training officer for over 2 years, leading 2 academies and overseeing much of the advanced training at the Mesa Police Academy. He has a strong passion for mentoring and developing future law enforcement professionals, taking pride in his role as a leader and role model for new recruits. Prior to joining the Peoria Police Department, Shane worked with the Chandler Police Department, where he was entrusted to lead field training officer programs and facilitate mandatory training sessions. Throughout his career, Shane has earned several awards and commendations, including a Meritorious Service Award he received from Chandler PD in 2020. I'd like to welcome Ashley to the stage. Next, we have to convince Kevin Reynolds over there to join the Peoria Police Department. All right, John Abbas. John's joined today by his wife Lindsay and his daughter Parker. This coming February, just a few short months from today, he'll be finishing his bachelor's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Prior to John's employment with the Peoria Police Department, he served in the U.S. Army. In 2011, he joined the Peoria Police Department, and from 2011 to 2016, he served as a patrol officer. 2016 to 2021, he was a Vehicular Crimes Unit detective in traffic services. And in 2021, he was promoted to sergeant, where he served in patrol and then professional standards. John was an excellent patrol sergeant who led his shift by providing clear guidance and solutions. He transferred to the professional standards section, where he handled complaints, commendations regarding employees within the department, conducted policy reviews, and worked closely with the accreditation unit doing audits and inspections. Some of John's auxiliary duties include he's a department armorer, firearms instructor, a general instructor, and a member of the mobile field force. Fun fact about John. He's the most highly trained department member in accident reconstruction, drawing on his extensive experience in the Vehicular Crimes Unit. John has received several commendations, awards, and most notably 2 life-saving awards. Well done, John. So I'd like to welcome Lindsay and Parker to pin the badge for John. Lieutenant John Abbott. Justin Fagan. Today he is joined by his wife Katie, his daughter Aliana, mother and father-in-law Linda and Dennis Crandall. Where's Linda? Retired Peoria Police Department dispatcher. Round of applause. Thank you for your service. Justin has a bachelor's in public safety administration from the Grand Canyon University. Justin served with the U.S. Marine Corps from 1999 until 2005. 2008, he joins the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, where he worked as a deputy until 2013. 2013, he then joined Peoria Police Department, where from 2013 to 18, he was a patrol officer with auxiliary duty as a SWAT operator, team leader, and a sniper. 2018 to 2021, he worked in traffic services as a Vehicular Crimes Unit detective. I'm seeing a trend. And as a motor officer. 2021 to 2025, he's has worked as a sergeant, both patrol and SWAT. When I came here, Justin had just taken over the SWAT team as his full-time role, so gotten to get to know him pretty well. Justin has been a valued member of our SWAT team for several years. He supervised the team during operations and was responsible for developing detailed operational plans for large-scale events throughout the city. Justin is a highly skilled and well-trained officer whose expertise has been an asset to the department. Justin has also received several awards and commendations throughout his career. Most notably, he received the Supervisor of the Year recently. Congratulations, Justin. I'd like to welcome Katie to pin the badge. Please come up to the left of the stage. Last three. Okay. Okay, so Jason Tarrant. Jason's being promoted as a commander today. We'd like to welcome his wife, Liz. Where's Liz? Carson and Dom, children. Mother, Marty. Father, Roger. And of course, last part, baby brother, Kevin, with his wife, Megan. We all know Kevin. Jason has a Bachelor of Science in Public Safety and Emergency Management from the Grand Canyon University. Prior to PD, he served in the United States Air Force from 1996 to 2000 with an honorable discharge. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Jason started at Peoria PD in 2002 after graduating from Arizona Law Enforcement Academy, ALEA. 2002 to 2014, he worked in patrol as an FTO, as a SWAT operator and breacher. He worked commercial enforcement unit in traffic and also motors in traffic. 2014 to 2020, he was a patrol sergeant, worked in professional standards sergeant, and was traffic services and VCU sergeant. In 2020, he was promoted to lieutenant, where he then worked in the Special Enforcement Section, Metro Services, overseeing traffic enforcement, vehicular crimes, school resource, and the implementation of the Real-Time Crime Center. I don't know if we mentioned it yet, but the Real-Time Crime Center just got a national award for being the most outstanding real-time crime center. And Jason had a lot to do with that. While working in traffic services, Jason managed and completed grants for the Governor's Office of Highway Safety and his motor officers. He worked with Sergeant Aponte on implementing the School Liaison Officer Program, which is within the School Resource Program umbrella, to add another layer of protection inside our elementary schools for our children. He assisted with the creation of the Real-Time Crime Center, and within the first 7 months, they have already received numerous nationwide awards. I guess it wasn't there. It doesn't stop there. His next project is about to get flown out is the DFR, Drone First Responder Program. He has attended several leadership trainings and has received several awards throughout his amazing career here, to include the highest recognition at Peoria PD, Medal of Honor, several life-saving awards, and numerous others. Congratulations, Jason. I'd like to welcome Carson and Dom to pin the badge. Nice to meet you. I was told to give this to you. Craig. Greg Stefik for Commander. I'd like to welcome his wife, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. His grandson, Braxton. Hi, Braxton. Greg has a bachelor's in criminal justice, police administration. Greg began his career with the Page Police Department in 1997, where he worked for 2 years until he transferred to the Lake Havasu City Police Department. Greg worked for Lake Havasu for 21 years, during which time he worked as a patrol officer, SWAT operator, detective, field training officer, clandestine lab team member, sergeant, lieutenant, SWAT commander, watch commander, and the CID lieutenant. Greg came to Peoria in 2021, where he worked as a patrol officer and then quickly promoted lieutenant due to his previous training and experience. As a lieutenant, he has worked in patrol, professional standards, and most recently the CID Special Victims Section. Greg is a hard worker and a results-driven, decisive leader who is highly skilled at building relationships and managing change, developing measurable procedures, and helping his units he oversees. Greg is on the department's Use of Force Review Board and has attended multiple leadership classes to include Command Leadership, AZ Post Leadership Program, FBI LEADA Trilogy, Use of Force Instructor, Police Supervision, and Public Safety Leadership and Team Building. Greg has received multiple awards and commendations to include Life-Saving Awards, Investigation Supervisor, Special Acknowledgements, Meritorious Awards, HIDA Task Force Officer of the Year, etc., etc. So apparently there's too many for him to list. I have to give him a little stick. I'd like to welcome Tracy and Braxton to the stage. Jackson. Okay, Yvette Zayas. Yvette is being promoted to assistant chief. Where's your family? Oh, hi Bronx. Yvette's joined by her wife Megan. Hi Megan. Children Sincere, Bronx, Luca, and Jacoby. Wonder why they're separated. Yvette's aunt, Deborah Figueroa, who Yvette has shared with me, is like her mom. Her dad, Tito, nice to meet you. And then her brothers by choice. I love that. That's well done. Michael Smith, Officer Michael Smith from Salt Lake City, correct? Oh, you work with Glendale now? Wife Tiffany, present. And Officer Luis Gonzalez and his wife Bailey. Yvette has a Master of Science in Management and Leadership from Western Governors University. The majority of Yvette's career was spent at the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office and Salt Lake City Police Department. 27 years of law enforcement. 14 as a patrol officer, 3 years as a sergeant, 5 years as a lieutenant, and 3 years as a captain, where she retired in 2024. Yvette had held several different assignments. She was a school resource officer. She was a training officer. She was a gangs detective and a SWAT operator. Worked bike patrol, community intelligence unit. She was a hostage negotiator. She worked internal affairs, watch commander, and executive officer to the chief of police. Yvette developed several things at Salt Lake City to include a crime control plan, a full-time mental health clinician program, police civilian response team, and business community engagement officer. She has worked on several large events to include the district attorney protests back in 2020, NBA All-Star Games, dignitary visits. Didn't we say Olympics? See that? Yvette came to Peoria PD as a lieutenant in July of 2024. She started in patrol, where she oversaw 2 patrol squads. Shortly after, she transferred to the professional standards section, where she surprised accreditations, where she started the accreditation staff in the employee wellness unit. Yvette is making a huge impact on our department, and more importantly, our employee wellness unit. She has strengthened our peer support team and brought on our wellness coordinator, Maggie. Maggie here? What a great addition. Let's give Maggie a round of applause. Truly, you've been exceptional. So we appreciate you being here. Yvette's specialized training includes West Point Leadership Academy, FLETC Women in Leadership, FBI LEADA Leadership Trilogy, and a few others. She's received several honors and awards throughout her prestigious career: Life-Saving Awards, Officer of the Year, Unit Citation Awards, Division Command Awards, etc. She's also on several committees. Congratulations, Yvette. I'd like to welcome Megan. Okay, so I'd like to, please hold applause until the end. Introduce to you Lead Police Support Assistant Aurelia Storino, Police Services Supervisor Donna Rand, Sergeant Mike Griffin, Sergeant Mike Finney, Sergeant Shane Lump, Lieutenant John Abbas, Lieutenant Justin Fagan, Commander Jason Tarrant, Commander Craig Stefik, and Assistant Chief Yvette Zayas. Please stand all. I get a photo with everybody. Okay, so you. That concludes our ceremony, so thank you all for attending. Appreciate it.